The mistress here with a story. The seat next to me wasn't empty when the plane took off. Written by N.S. Lewis. I don't know how this happened. All I know is that it did happen, and that I'll never check my luggage again. Scratch that. I'll never get on an airplane again, for as long as I live. I have no idea how I'm supposed to get back to school after break is over, but I know for a fact that I will not be traveling through the air. My parents paid a little extra for a non-stop flight from San Diego to Maine, which was awesome. I've always hated flying, even before this happened, and layovers were torture for me. The only good thing about them was that sometimes I could run out for a smoke and get my nicotine fix. But they made that a pain in the ass too, where you had to walk all through the damn airport to get outside and then go back through security. Anyway, this was going to be a long flight, but I brought my Jewel to sneak into the bathroom, so I figured it was going to be okay. I lucked out with a window seat, and as I sat down I thought, hey, this isn't so bad. Just take a nap and I'll be home having a smoke in no time. My relief was short-lived though, as I quickly discovered that the middle-aged woman next to me was a talker. Now, I'm not a misanthrope or anything. I like people. I just generally don't have anything to say to them. I just like to be alone with my thoughts. That's all. So it kind of boggles my mind that some people feel the need to make small talk, when for me, that's pretty much hell. Going to Maine? She asked. That's where the plane is scheduled to land, right, lady? That's right, I said, pulling out my phone and pretending to do something important on it. I just love Maine, she said. I'm so happy that's where my grandkids are, you know. It's a great place to raise kids. And on, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know. My mind sort of shut down and I gave one-word responses, not wanting to be rude, but trying to give the hint to leave me alone all the same. Now I sort of wish I remember what she said. Life's weird like that. Sometimes you don't know what's important until the moment has gone by. I do know her name though. I'll never forget her name. Patricia Gladwell. Anyway, she got distracted when the flight attendants came around with snacks and drinks, and I took the opportunity to close my eyes faster than a ghost slamming a door shut. I pretended to sleep, and then I eventually did drift off. I woke up as the plane shook. I took a deep breath, bracing myself for more small talk, and opened my eyes. The seat next to me was empty. I figured that Patricia must have gone to the bathroom and decided to enjoy a few minutes of peace. But Patricia never came back. After about an hour, I leaned over to the man in the aisle seat. Hey, that lady that was sitting here's been gone for a while, huh? He shrugged. Must have gone to an empty seat. Maybe, I thought. Maybe she was disappointed that I went to sleep and she couldn't talk to me. She went off to find new blood. But then, that didn't make sense. It was a full plane, overbooked in fact. They did the thing where they asked for volunteers to take a voucher and get a different flight, so I didn't see how she could have found an empty seat. I'm an introvert, but I'm not an asshole. I rang for a flight attendant. She came on down the aisle. Sir? There was a lady sitting next to me, I said. She's been gone for a while. Maybe somebody should check the bathroom or something? You know, make sure she's okay. The attendant frowned. I don't remember anybody sitting in that seat, and the bathrooms are currently unoccupied. I looked behind me, and then up towards the front. Both bathroom lights were green. Somebody was here, right, dude? I asked the guy in the aisle seat. He shrugged again. Honestly, I don't remember. You can't expect me to keep track of everyone on this plane. He pointed to the screen of his laptop. "I'm working, you see." I couldn't believe it. "You don't remember if someone was sitting here? You must have had to get up when she got up, right?" "Look, buddy, this is really important, what I'm doing here. You mind giving it a rest so I can get something done?" "Sir," said the attendant, looking at me, "have you been drinking today?" "No," I shouted. "There was a fucking woman sitting next to me and now she's gone. What the fuck is wrong with you people?" People started looking at me. "Sir, I'm going to need you to calm down," said the attendant. She didn't look like she was playing around. I took a deep breath and tried to do as she suggested. "Sorry," I muttered. "Must have just been a weird dream." Had it been a weird dream? Had I gotten on the plane and gone straight to sleep? No. She had been there, in the flesh, sitting next to me. I sat there for a while, just marveling at how crazy this was. Then I'd had enough. "Hey dude, sorry, but I gotta use the restroom," I said. The man in the aisle seat gave a nasty scowl, but stood up to let me out. I walked all the way to the front bathroom, even though I was at the back of the plane. I walked slowly, looking at every passenger. Patricia was nowhere to be seen. The bathroom light was still green. I knocked anyway. No response. I slowly opened the door, half expecting to see Patricia slumped on the toilet, dead. But it was empty. I locked the door and took a few drags of my Juul. This is fucking nuts. Where the fuck is she? I spent the rest of the flight a nervous wreck. Maybe I was losing my mind. I debated whether to tell somebody about this when I got off the plane. My parents, at least, and then maybe the police. And if it turned out that I was crazy, what then? What would my life be like if I started seeing people who weren't there? I thought about how the flight attendant had reacted when I told her about the missing lady. Is that how the police would react too? Would I get in trouble if they thought I was making it up? In the end, I decided not to tell anybody. Later, I had no choice. My parents met me in the airport, and I hugged them tight. We waited for my suitcase to come through the conveyor belt, grabbed a snack, then headed home. I just wanted to go to sleep, in my old childhood bed, where everything was nice and safe and normal. When we got home, I went up to my room and tossed my suitcase on the bed. I unzipped it to get out my toothbrush and opened it up. At first, I just stared in shock. "No, this isn't happening. You've lost it, dude." I reached out and poked it with a trembling hand. It felt real. That's when I screamed. My mom rushed into my room. "What is it? Do you see that?" I asked, pointing at Patricia's severed head sitting on top of my bloodied clothes. Then my mom was screaming too. I've told the same story to the cops a dozen times. That's all I can do. I don't know how the hell this happened, and neither does anyone else, as far as I know. All that I do know is that I'm never getting on an airplane again. Thank you for listening, everyone, and a big thank you to N.S. Lewis for letting me use his story. Make sure to check out his profile in the description below. Have a good day, everyone. Love, the Mistress.